Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to Neenah High School, the site for tonight's Fox Valley Association girls basketball showdown between the visiting Hortonville Polar Bears and the host Neenah Rockets. It's another USA Today Network Wisconsin digital live stream. I am Ricardo Arguello, hanging out with Mike Sherry and bringing you those high-definition shots. Jim Rosandick, Brett Christopherson, who's normally a part of our live streams. Well, he's at home under the weather, but I know he's watching us intently. Mike, to make sure that we don't make any mistakes, and then I'm sure he'll text us if we do make some sort of error. That's the kind of guy that Brett is. No, we're just kidding, Brett. Wish you could be here, my friend. We hope that you feel better here later in the week. But, Mike, this is a big one because we have a couple teams here that I know have aspirations to not just possibly contend for the Fox Valley Association title, but also have designs on possibly making a trip up to the Reich Center. And I know you think very highly of these two teams as well. Yeah,
without a doubt, Ricardo. Two really good teams, two really loaded rosters. I mean, you'll hear a lot about Allie Zabel, but Neenah's got plenty up besides her. Hortonville's got quite a few great players and Division I prospects. These two teams, as you know, have a great history against each other, especially in playoff games and sectional games. Just a great history between these two teams, and I'm really looking forward to it. First time for me seeing both of these teams in person this year, so looking forward to it.
Again, Neenah, Hortonville tonight, Fox Valley Association showdown. Hortonville coming in 7-3 overall, 5-1 in the FBA. Neenah's 10-1 overall, 6-0 in the FA. Well, let's get to know these teams just a bit better. We'll start with Neenah, the Rockets. Well, they're ranked second in D1 in this week's WisSports.net State Coaches Poll over Monona Grove on Thursday in a non-conference matchup at Just a Game Fieldhouse in Wisconsin Dells. Monona Grove, by the way, Mike, they're ranked fourth in Division II. UConn commit Allie Zabel, another big game for her, right? Big season for her to start, finishing with a game-high 39 points against Monona Grove on 12 of 20 shooting. That included 6 of 12 from three-point range and a 9 of 10 performance from the free throw line. Zabel also had 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals to power the Rockets. Rowan Klesmith, the sophomore, also had a nice game. She poured in 21 points on 7 of 13 shooting. Klesmith went 3 of 4 from distance and also added 2 steals. Now, overall, in that game, Neenah knocked down 11 three-pointers and out-rebounded Monona Grove 27-16. Now, on the season, we're going to hear a lot about Allie Zabel. She's the Rockets' top scorer at 30.8 points a game. That leads the FBA and ranks 5th in the state in all divisions. She's shooting 54% overall, 51% from three-point range, and 89% from the line. Now, Klesmith having another strong year. She's averaging 15.7 points. She's shooting 47% overall, 39% from distance, and 81% from the stripe. Ellie Buss, third in scoring at 10.7 points. Her 27 triples are the second most on the team. Zabel is tops in that category with 52, but Buss is also shooting 83% from the free throw line. Zabel, she easily leads the way in rebounding at 9.1 per game. That also leads the FBA. Now, Zabel, Klesmith, and Rachel Dietrich are the assist leaders at 2.9, 2.6, and 2.5 per game, respectively. Team-wise, well, Neenah's shooting 45% overall, 42% from three-point range, 79% from the free throw line. Opponents are shooting 42% overall and 36% from three-point range. The Rockets also out-rebounding their opponents 28.7 to 23.1 per game, and they're averaging just a shade under 10 steals per contest. Now, Neenah, overall, averaging 72.9 points a game, and they're allowing 53.2. And their next game is at Appleton West later this week. That's on Friday, and an FBA matchup tip-off scheduled there for 7:30 p.m. Hey, Mike, what can you tell me about the Hortonville Polar Bears?
Well, the Polar Bears come in ranked 7th in Division I in this week's WisSports.net Coaches Poll, and have also won 5 games in a row, and they're coming off a 71-63 victory over West De Pere last Wednesday as part of the Sun Drop Shootout at the Crest Center in Green Bay. West De Pere is ranked 10th in Division II. Callie Pepler led the Polar Bears with 17 points in that game. She was 8 of 15 shooting, also pulled down 6 rebounds and had 3 assists, 3 blocks, and 2 steals. Michaela Werner added 16 points on 8 for 10 shooting, grabbed 10 rebounds, and had a double-double for the Polar Bears. And Rainey Wilson chipped in with 14 points. She tacked on 7 assists, 4 rebounds, and 4 blocks. For the season, Wilson leads the way in scoring at 22 points per game for Hortonville. She ranks second in the conference behind Zabel. She's shooting 43% overall and from three-point range, and 92% from the free throw line. Her 32 three-pointers made are a team high for the Polar Bears. Werner is second in scoring for Hortonville at 13.6 per game. She's shooting 51% overall. Pepler is third in scoring at 12.7 points and is shooting 54% overall. Carden Pepler, outstanding freshman for Hortonville, is averaging in double figures at 10.6 points per game. She's shooting 42% overall. Werner is the top rebounder, Ricardo, for the Polar Bears at 8.7 per game. That ranks second in the FVA. Carden Pepler is next at 6 rebounds per game. Welson's averaging 4 assists per game to lead the Polar Bears, and that ranks third in the FVA. As a team, Hortonville's shooting 44% overall and 36% from three-point range and 71% from the line. Opponents are shooting 39% overall and 40% from three-point range against the Polar Bears. And Hortonville holds a slight rebounding edge over its opponents at 29.4 to 27, and the Polar Bears are averaging 8.7 steals per game. Hortonville is averaging 71.6 points per game and allowing 61.2. Up next for Hortonville after tonight's big game is a home game against Oshkosh North on Friday in the FBA. Tip-off for that game is 7:30.
All right, about 5.5 minutes away from the start of tonight's game. Again, visiting Hortonville against the host, Neenah Rockets. We're expecting a good one here. Time to read some promos. Mike, can you read that, or would you like me to read them? I don't know how. We're both a little bit under the weather with some coughs, by the way. A little bit. Might hear some coughing. By the way, Brett, that's Riley Ketterhagen over there, the Oostburg standout. I think she's here to see some of her fellow, AAU teammates here. So I guess we got some star power in the stands.
I think you just called me Brett. Maybe you were
Mike.
Maybe you were talking to Brett, who's home watching. We know he's home watching.
But yeah, we have some of the Oostburg standouts here for those of you who are interested in the state scene. Thank you, Rosie, for getting that, by the way.
All right, Ricardo. Tonight's game brought to you by Cellcom. Keep your fitness goals without breaking your financial goals. Get a new phone and smartwatch for less than $10 a month at Cellcom. Visit cellcom.com/deals for details. I'll give you that again, cellcom.com/deals for details. Tonight's game is also brought to you by ETS Performance. ETS Performance is the leading provider of sports performance training for athletes across the Midwest and Northeast Wisconsin. ETS provides a customized approach to strength, speed, and injury prevention training for athletes of all sports ages 8 and up. Train like the pros and take your performance to the next level. Visit etsperformance.com to schedule your free athlete evaluation today at the ETS location near you. And lastly, tonight's game brought to you by Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or Cooney's 0922 at sbcglobal.net. Ricardo, it's good to see the gym filling up. We talked earlier, it's FBA boys games tonight too, so we have Neenah boys are playing at Hortonville, which will draw a nice crowd. But the new gym here in Neenah is filling up nicely, and it's going to be a real good crowd for this game.
Yeah, expecting a good one here. I mean, both these teams, like you mentioned, they're conference rivals for one, but they've also had some fantastic postseason games as well, Brett. Some controversial postseason games. I know I've been on the live stream for at least one of those, but these two teams, again, one of the very best the Valley has to offer. Might I add, our Fab 5 girls basketball team that came out. We have a couple players playing tonight. We have obviously Allie Zabel from Neenah, Callie Pepler from Hortonville in this year's edition of the Fab 5. And Rosie, I'm guessing Rainey Wilson will be on next year's team, the standout junior for Hortonville.
For a reminder for those of you who don't know, Ricardo's Fab 5 is for seniors only. So
seniors only.
So if you're wondering why some of the top juniors, sophomores, or even outstanding freshmen are not on the Fab 5, we like to limit that to seniors just to give the seniors their final shot at glory.
Showcase,
exactly. And but as you said, next year, plenty of this year's juniors will be candidates for next year's Fab 5, and we'll talk more about the Fab 5 at halftime and as this game goes on. But you're right, Ricardo. 2 Fab 5 members in tonight's game, and looking forward to watching them play.
Yeah, by the way, we hope everyone has had a great holiday season. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone. I hope all your holidays were a blast and everyone's safe and sound. Because we're really, when you get to January, I almost called you Brett again, Mike, because I was thinking of Brett in this capacity. He always talked about January, right? There's always a January week, but January is really when things start to heat up in the conference races. You start to I don't want to say get in the groove, but you start to find out which teams are going to rise to the top, which teams are going to be contending for those respective conference titles. It's always a big, big month when it comes to hoops.
Yeah, and December is a fun month, too, because these teams play a lot of great non-conference matchups over Christmas break, travel and play some of the other states' top teams that they don't see during the conference season but might see, at the regional final or sectional level or at the Resch Center for the state tournament. So December's great, but like you said, now we're getting into the grind. For these teams, the next 6 weeks here are going to decide, conference champions. They're going to decide kind of where your seeding is going to be once the seeds come out for the playoffs. So it's going to be a fun 6 or 7 weeks here to decide all that.
After all, this is the road to the Resch 2024. That's where the WIA State Girls Basketball Tournament will be.
Did the Ashwaubenon the city caucus tell you to say that, the road to the Resch? Are we using that already?
We just might be. It's one of our favorite tournaments. I guess technically I consider it in our backyard. It's only 20 miles from here, the Resch Center, and it's a great venue. Remember, Mike, it traditionally was for years was at the Kohl Center, before at the Field House and at the Alliant Energy Center. I think it's found a home at the Resch Center.
Without a doubt. All of those are good venues, except for maybe the Alliance.
Oh, that's a dump.
Alliant Energy Center.
No disrespect, it's a dump. By the way, that's Jim Strick on the mic, the PA announcer. He does a lot of the state tournaments, Mike. I think he did all 7 of the football games at Camp Rando. Here's our national anthem. Getting ready for the starting lineups here for tonight's Fox Valley Association showdown on the girls' side between Hortonville and host Neenah. Again, these two teams know each other very well. My God, I know this is my second time being in this field house, and it's a beautiful facility. Brand new, obviously. The football field, were you able to get to the football field this year?
Yeah, I was at the football field 3 times.
Beautiful there as well.
Yeah, first time in the gym, but you can just tell by the way it's built, and I bet it gets loud in here, and I bet it'll get loud in here tonight.
Hortonville girls basketball is being announced here. Paige Lilly at one guard, Rainey Wilson at the other, and then Michaela Warner at one forward, and then Callie Pepler at one forward, and Cardin Pepler rounds out the starting lineup for Hortonville. Mike, they start a freshman with Cardin Pepler.
She's not a typical freshman, Ricardo.
Oh, no, I absolutely not. A lot of talent, young talent on both rosters. For Neenah, at guard, Allie Zabel. Ellie Buss is also another guard. She's a sophomore. Another sophomore, Rowan Klesmit, is in the starting lineup along with senior Rachel Dietrich. And then forward, Amaya Jones is back. I know last year she missed a lot of the season, Mike, and I know the first game that we did this season, she was just kind of rounding back into the starting lineup, or getting minutes, I should say. Now she's back in the starting lineup. Nice post presence for Neenah as we're getting ready for tip-off here at Neenah High School. It looks like Jones and Warner will do the honors at center court.
Yeah, good to see Jones back in. Like you said, tore her ACL last year, and Coach Brunell told us at the start of the year that she'd be slow to return to action, and now with her in the starting lineup, it looks like she's full go and ready to play.
Here's Wilson. That's going to be an interesting matchup between her and Dietrich. Neenah, man-to-man defense. Wilson, left hand, no good. Rebound by Ellie Buss. Here are the Rockets. Zabel, she'll shoot it from anywhere, Mike. And there it goes. Drops it in, and that looks smooth, Mike.
Hortonville was challenging the passing lanes the first couple of passes by Neenah, and then Zabel said, I don't need to pass. I'll just find an open spot on the court.
Here's Warner to Lily. Cardin Pepler, the freshman, looking for some help. Gets it over by Wilson. She'll pop from three. Mike, that did everything but go in. Rebound by Warner. Wilson thought about taking the three again. Inside, right hand up, and good. Boy, she plays tough, doesn't she? She's a handful for any defender, Rainey Wilson.
She handles the ball so well. She can shoot it from anywhere on the court. But she doesn't just settle for the jump shot, Ricardo. She'll take it to the hole.
She had a big postseason run as Hortonville made it to the state tournament last year in D1. That's Buss from three. Rims out. Warner already with her second rebound for the Polar Bears. Lily blocks. Zabel says, get it out of here.
She's not just an offensive player. I think she was on the All-FVA defense team last year as well.
Mike, she was one of our top stories from this past year. More about that at halftime. I'm talking about Zabel playing for the U19 national team that won gold.
Headed to UConn, but she's not the only D1 player in this game tonight, Ricardo.
Wilson will pop from three. Short. Zabel with the rebound. Rockets leading 3-2 early on here. Three-point basket, good.
Rachel Dietrich there did not hesitate, Ricardo.
Yeah, she saw that open shot, took it. 6-2 now the score for Neenah on your Cellcom ETS scoreboard. That three's no good. Dietrich will secure the rebound for the Rockets. Nearing the 15-minute mark here in the first half. Jones looking for some help. Going to take it herself in the paint. Jones, left hand blocked. That's Warner. And that's going to be an interesting matchup down low, Mike.
6 foot Michaela Werner against 6'1" Amaya Jones.
Just underway here at Neenah High School. 6-2 lead for the Rockets over Hortonville. Right hand, and then Warner just had another block. Got to put a couple B's next to her name, Mike, here on my score sheet. Warner's a standout athlete. number of them on Hortonville. You know, Paige Lilly is a three-sport athlete.
Paige Lilly headed to Butler University for softball next year.
Klesmet takes it down low, shoots it back out to Dietrich. She's looking for some help. Klesmet, she traveled, and that's the first turnover of the game with Neenah. Relatively clean game thus far. We don't even have any fouls, Mike. Did I just jinx us? I think I just jinxed us.
There'll be one soon. Got a loud gym, Ricardo. You can hear the crowd. We got our headsets on, but you can still hear Coach Brunell from Neenah. You can hear him barking out instructions despite the noise in the gym.
Foul is going to be on Amaya Jones as Warner was trying to gain position down low. 6-2 lead for Neenah, 14:09 left in the first half.
You did jinx it. There's our foul.
Wilson pop from three from the corner, no good. Gets her own rebound though.
Hasn't quite found the range yet from outside, Ricardo. I think that's 3 misses from beyond the arc for her already.
Pepler.
Just a matter of time, though.
I was going to say over to Wilson again. She's guarded by Dietrich in this man defense for the Rockets.
Wilson's got the size advantage for sure. There you
Left hand up and good. That's pretty.
Both her baskets are on drives through the lane. She's got the size advantage on Dietrich, but Dietrich is so quick. She's able to stay in front of Wilson.
Inside again, Jones and Warner. Jones not able to finish as Warner with another rebound. She has 3.
It's a good move by Jones. Last time she went to her right. That time she went to her left.
And that foul will be on Zabel. Wilson and Zabel. What a matchup that is, Mike. Second team foul for Neenah as Rainey Wilson will be shooting 2.
Zabel has such a high basketball IQ. She's not going to get herself in foul trouble, but she's early in the game. She's going to contest shots, though. She's not just going to let Rainey Wilson drive the lane unattended.
Wilson looking to convert her second free throw and does. All tied up here with 13-14 left in the first half. Rockets and Polar Bears. We thank everyone for tuning in to tonight's live stream. I'm Ricardo Arguello, hanging out with Mike Sherry, bringing you those high-definition shots. Our buddy Jim Rosandick, we call him Rosie. Boss wanted to take that 3. Here's the bell. Now she's guarded by Warner. Boss with that 3. Hey. Gets it to fall. 9-6 lead now for Neenah.
She's got a really pure stroke on her jump shot.
Wilson just inside the 3, and she'll convert.
Wilson has all 8 points for the Polar Bears.
Boy, this is some high performance basketball here, Mike, tonight between these two teams. Oh, a little bit of a tie-up, and then I call a jump ball. Is it going to stay with Neenah? 12:21 left in the first half. 9-8 score. Neenah leads on your Cellcom ETS scoreboard. Klesmet. Boss, look at her work through traffic, Mike, and a left hand up and good. She's just a sophomore, Mike, but they list her at what, 5'5"? She plays taller than that.
She does. 2 Hortonville defenders closed out on her there, expecting her to take the jump shot, and she just split right between them and went to the hoop.
Wilson up, no good, but she'll be fouled. I believe that's Buss. So Wilson will go to the line to shoot 2. Third foul for Neenah.
Wilson listed at 5'10". She looks a little taller than that compared to some of the other girls out there, and definitely strong.
For the Polar Bears, number 34.
Get her the ball down on the block. She can hit the three for sure, but get her down on the block. She's hard to stop.
She's about as complete as a player as you're going to find in the state of Wisconsin, both her and Zabel. Just a number of fantastic athletes on this floor tonight.
Just like Zabel. I'm sorry, Ricardo. She's Wilson has been on our radar and the state's radar since her freshman year as well.
That's what I'm saying. Anytime I can make a Fab Five, every year, Mike, it's tough to pick the 5 players, especially when you include the girls from Notre Dame.
Yeah, especially on the girls' side, it's like they're all D1 players.
No good on that shot attempt. And there's the rebound for Hortonville. Martin. 3-point basket, rims out. Zabel with the rebound. And back we go for the Rockets, leading 11-10 with nearing the 11-minute mark in the first half. Look at that. Runner up to the bucket. No good. But going to the line, is that Klesmet?
First team foul. Robert Klesmet at the line, shooting 2 for Neenah.
Just the first foul for the Polar Bears. Neenah's had 3.
Klesmet, no good on her first. Of course, she's the younger sister of Max and Cal.
Max is currently starting for the Badgers, and they're playing tonight against Iowa. He's the Rockets' career scoring leader on the boys' side with 1,640 points. Cal's in his freshman season at Northern Michigan. And Klesmet makes the second free throw.
12-10 lead for Neenah. Right at 11 minutes left in the first half. Here's Pepler kicking it back out. That 3-point attempt by number 34 for Hortonville, Emmy Fain, no good. Zabel with the rebound. Bucket good, that's number 10, Kayla White. 14-10 lead.
Both teams are getting open shots. So far, Neenah's the one that's putting them down. Hortonville's struggling from the outside.
Ooh, that was smooth, Mike.
Just as I say that, one step inside the 3-point line for Wilson there.
Wilson showing her ability to create distance and give herself a nice look at the bucket with that shot. She has 12 points, Mike. All 12 for Hortonville. Zabel, guarded by Pepler. Here's Klesmet for 3. Nice shot from the sophomore. She converts. 17-12 lead for Neenah. But Mike, I'm thinking that if you're Hortonville, you got to find another go-to player right now. And that 3 bucket, just as I say it, Mike, Emma Fain with a 3-pointer. 17-15 lead for Neenah, nearing the 9:30 mark in the first half.
Both teams just doing a good job of making that extra pass, Ricardo, to get open shots. Pretty much every shot this game has been a good look for both teams.
Zabel. No good on that shot attempt, and there was a travel. Oh, nope, they're calling a foul on the floor. And Wilson is saying, hey, she traveled.
Fouls on Hortonville, number 4, Rainey Wilson, her first. Second team foul.
Foul is on Rainey Wilson. We have 3 fouls for Neenah, 2 for Hortonville. Both teams with their full allotment of timeouts. 9:14 left in the first half. 17-15 lead for Neenah. They have possession. Klesmet's shot no good. Warner with her 4th rebound. Wilson, 3-point attempt, in and out. Bus with that rebound for the Rockets.
Wilson was clapping her hands there, Ricardo. She wanted the ball as soon as it came over half court.
Oh,
Nice
look
move.
at the behind the back. But then runs right into Warner. Mike, that's her 3rd block.
Excellent help defense there. Good move, but better defense.
Yeah, and Wilson was coming close on even the 3s that she missed, Mike. That one found nothing but the bottom of the net. Here's Bus with a 3, in and out. And we're going to have a foul, I believe, that's on Diedrich for Neenah, and Andy Brunell's not happy with that.
Good box out there by Emmy Fain, Ricardo. She sealed it off.
Andy Brownell, of course, longtime coach for the Rockets. And Mike, you know, as anybody who watches any of the games, the state games, he does some announcing as well, some analysis.
Coach Brownell's in his 20th season as head coach of the Rockets. His 271 and 197 record. He's got the most wins in program history for the girls' side.
And believe me, that Fox Valley Association, as we know, Mike, very competitive. One of the best leagues. I consider it the best league in the state. As that three-point basket's no good. Diedrich with the rebound.
Ricardo, I talked to preseason. I did stories on Kaukauna, and I did stories on Hortonville. Asked Coach Russum at Kaukauna and AC Clothier at Hortonville about the FVA and how good it is, and they both said, you know, they're in a way they kind of were joking, but they said, you know, we're kind of sick of hearing about it. Everybody always says how great the FVA is, and it is, and they agreed that it is. They said it's kind of an old story now. It said we just assume it's going to be great every year.
Well, I still like talking about it because I always got to encounter, you know, the state reporters, Mike, as you know, when it comes to state stuff and all state. So I gotta kind of gotta carry the cross a little bit for the FVA, and I don't mind doing it because, you know, I think highly of it.
No, without a doubt.
Am I a fanboy? Can you call me a fanboy?
Oh, we always do. Just behind your back.
There you go. Near in the 7-minute mark. 3-point attempt, and that's good. That's number 22, Abby Fisher.
I think that might have been a 2, Ricardo.
Oh, they did call it a 2.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that was a 2. Nice take by Wilson.
Now nearing the 6:30 mark in the first half. 21-20 lead on your Cellcom ETS scoreboard.
It's been a clean opening half, Ricardo. Like you said,
has.
not a lot of fouls, not a lot of turnovers. Both teams getting good looks. Shots are starting to fall for both teams.
Plasmit now.
Michaela Werner playing a good 6 or 8 feet off of Maya Jones, forcing her to take an outside shot.
And now we're going to have a foul, and Amaya Jones might be going to the line. Well, that'll be a foul on the floor. Rockets will retain possession as Zabel checks back in, and Kayla White for the Rockets. 6:05 left in the first half.
If you're just joining us, Rainey Wilson has 17 of the 20 for Hortonville.
Warner with their 5th rebound, and Polar Bears in possession, and that's going to be a foul, I believe, on Amaya Jones.
Michaela Werner hasn't scored, but she's on her way to a double-double with rebounds and blocks tonight.
Right. 5 rebounds and 3 blocks. By the way, the Rockets with 5 fouls tonight. Hortonville has 3. Here's Wilson inbounding. Callie Pepper's kind of had a quiet night, Mike. UW Milwaukee commit. There she is with the ball being guarded by Zabel.
Yeah, you know, she's coming back from that ACL injury as well, so it was going to be slow going for her. She's back full go now, but definitely expect her to be more herself the second half of the season than she was the first month or so.
That one out of bounds, but stays with Hortonville.
It's good to see her not wearing any brace or anything on her knees, though, so you know she's feeling good.
Wilson. Over to Warner. Pardon Pepler. She's up and no good. And what are they saying here? She traveled. Okay. 5:09 left in the first half. 21-20 lead for Neenah. Second turnover I have unofficially for the Polar Bears. Again, Mike talking about it being a clean game. I have only 3 turnovers, Mike, combined between the 2 teams.
Good to see both teams taking care of the ball. They're playing good defense, too, so.
Yeah, it's not like it's lackadaisical defense. It's just been clean defense as that three-point attempt no good. Look at Wilson working hard for that rebound.
That's where her size came in advantage over Dietrich. Just reached over for the rebound.
Zabel with that tip, and it's a steal. Third turnover for the Polar Bears as that Klesmet three-pointer no good. Look at Dietrich with the rebound, though, for Neenah. But now we have another turnover, the second for the Rockets. It's Wilson will pop from three. Drained. Woo. Mike.
Timeout, Hortonville. 30-second timeout.
Rainey Wilson, I'm telling you. I got to go back to the old ESPN days with a little En Fuego. I mean, what, 20 of the 23 points?
She turned and looked to the Hortonville bench at the timeout there, and she didn't quite do the the Michael Jordan,
The kind of shrug of the shoulders.
The shrug of the
hands
shoulders,
up.
but she had a big smile on her face as she looked to her teammates on the bench like, I'm feeling it tonight. I think she missed her first 2 shots, and that hasn't missed many since. But even if she does, she's a scorer.
There's our buddy Bill Glasheen coming up the stairs here. Over to where we are. Can you get him on him, Rosie? There you go. That's Bill Glasheen, one of our photogs. Fantastic photog for us.
Hat on backwards.
He works hard. Both of our photographers, right, Mike? Both him and Dan Powers. And then up in Green Bay, we got our buddy Torque Mason.
Phenomenal group of photographers. Don't forget Sarah Klopping up in Green Bay as well. Just a great job of shooting sports photos for us. We appreciate their efforts all year and heading into the new year.
They'll be critical until state tournaments heat up as Zabel over to Klesmet, and Klesmet buries the three.
She's up to 9 points, Ricardo.
24-23 for the Rockets. Zabel only has 3 points so far, Mike. You surprised at that?
Well, I think they're doing a good job of playing defense on her. She's doing a good job of not being selfish and finding the open teammate. And they're knocking down shots.
Pepler, Callie, slipped, turnover, Klesmet. Not able to convert with Lilly with the rebound for Hortonville.
Really nice job by Cardin Pepler there, Ricardo. Not giving up on the play, running back on defense and challenging the layup attempt.
Michaela Werner in for Pointers.
24-23 is your score. Neenah on top of Hortonville. 3:26 left in the first half. Again, that's on your Cellcom ETS scoreboard. Wilson, Warner. Warner up and good. It looked like she a little bit awkward path to the basket, Mike.
Well, she did a real nice job of using that off arm. She kind of wrapped her elbow around the defender like you're taught to do. She did it without drawing too much contact and got herself around there. It's easy to hook the defensive player on that move, Ricardo, when you're on offense.
Right.
She did a good job of not hooking.
Klesmet over to Zabel. Zabel being guarded by Pepler. What a matchup that is. 2 D1 players at the next level. And that's a turnover for Neenah, their third. Warner having a very strong game, Mike. By the way, Brett, he's always on top of stuff, right? He says Wilson had 41 the last time these two teams played in a sectional final last year. He says Neenah brings out the best in Wilson, and I can see why, big rival.
I don't think Wilson needs anybody to bring out the best in her, but Brett's point is well taken. There are certain games you get up for even more than usual, and this has got to be one of them.
Here's Wilson. Warner. Look out. Inside to Lilly. That's stolen by Klesmet. And we have is it a foul on the floor? Mike, we were talking about the low amount of turnovers, but that's kind of amped up now. As Hortonville has 5, Neenah has 3. Again, that's unofficial.
Julia Martin in
foul situation. Rockets have 5 and Hortonville has 4.
Well, teams get a little more comfortable as the game goes on. They start to push the pace a little bit more, and once you push the pace, turnovers are a little more common, but still a very clean game.
Zabel for 3, no good. Warner with a rebound. That's her 6th of the night. Also running the floor, up, no good. Bust with the rebound for Neenah. Nearing the 1:30 mark here in the first half. Diedrich. Over to Klesmet. That shot attempt is good. Who is that, number 21? Bartman. Her first points of the night. Wilson thought about taking that shot from around the charity stripe as Pepler. Up and good.
Nice move there. Her first bucket of the game, Ricardo.
Of course, the younger sister of Callie and Cam.
Callie playing at UW Milwaukee, which is also where...
Cammie Pepler.
Correct, right. Cammie's playing there, and Callie will play there next year.
Zabel, no good, in and out, and that rebound is by Warner, her 7th of the night. Look at Callie Pepler trying to get her first point, up and good. And look at this, Mike, 29-26 lead for Hortonville, their biggest lead of the night. At one point they were down 17-12.
15 seconds, Ricardo. Neenah's going to play for one shot, it appears.
Zabel with only 3 points on the night. That's got to be her lowest point total in the first half in a while. Oh, and that was a foul, and Wells is going to be whistled for that one, Mike. That's her second foul. That will send Zabel to the charity stripe for 3. Rainey is kind of talking to the ref a little bit. And
you saw her reaction right when the whistle blew. She didn't think she touched anything but ball there.
Zabel at the charity stripe.
Paige Lilly returns for Hortonville after the next free throw.
Converts on her first as she has 2 more. Her second free throw attempt is good. She can tie the game up with a 3rd conversion here as Paige Lilly checks in for Hortonville. 1.8 seconds left here in the first half. Zabel converts on the 3rd. 6 points in the first half for her, as now Hortonville will attempt to do something here in the 1.8 seconds left. Well, we'll see. Lilly with that softball toss and that shot attempt from Pepler. You know, she put it in position there, Mike, just not able to connect to the iron. 29-29. That is your halftime score here at Neenah High School between these two Fox Valley Association rivals. Rosie, is it time for us to pay some bills, my friend? We'll be back with the second half after these messages.
At Cellcom, our promise of extraordinary service makes life better for us all. It's about keeping you at the center of every extraordinary thing we do. It's technology with a heartbeat.
Promote your business, unite your team, or just get your name out there with help from the professionals at Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Family owned and operated for over 20 years, we have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your business or organization. We can put your logo, name, or anything else you want on any article of clothing. From embroidery and screen printing to graphic design and heat press services, we've got you covered. Call today.
From the top of the 222 building on College Avenue in downtown Appleton, it's Varsity Roundtable. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricardo Arguello.
All right, back here at Neenah High School. Mike, there was a little bit of fun going on here in the first part of this halftime. I think one of the students here in the little shooting contest that they have was able to connect on a half-court shot for $100.
$100. I saw that. Great shot. The look on her face when she made the shot, too, was priceless.
I don't think I think she surprised herself on that one here. But, yeah, congratulations to her. $100, that'll buy you less than it would back in the day, but still not a bad little prize. 29-29 is your score here between Hortonville and Neenah. Rockets and the Polar Bears in a good one. We expected this one to be a close game.
Yeah, both teams are underneath their, they're scoring, what you'd expect them to score, but defensively they're holding both teams to about where you'd expect. So it looks like at least in the first 18 minutes, the defense is won out.
Well, we're glad everyone's back from Christmas vacation and all that kind of stuff. I know in the Appleton area, school's starting back up today, and that means we get back kind of into our grind, right, Mike, of things that we do week in, week out with the holidays now over. That started with Monday night yesterday on January 1st. We had our Clubhouse Live show. That's the Packer show that we do from Fox City Stadium. It's a lot of fun. You meet we have Josiah DeGuara, Keyshawn Nixon, our co-hosts this season. As the Packers are looking to, they're currently the 7th seed, right, in the playoff. They're looking to secure that with the win over my Chicago Bears. A big game coming up Sunday, 3:25 p.m. But we'll have Keyshawn Nixon for the January 8th show next Monday. And we'll continue to have shows as long as the Packers are still alive.
Hopefully we have shows all the way into February.
Oh, no.
How about that?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. But the Packers have put themselves in position to be a postseason participant. So every Monday, 6:30 p.m., again, you can come over to the Fox City Stadium and watch the show. Starts at 6:30 p.m. And that show is co-hosted, again, with Keyshawn Nixon, Josiah DeGuara, and Brett Christopherson. He kind of runs the whole thing. I kind of filled in for him yesterday. And believe me, Brett, I have a lot of respect for you. I don't want to do that again if I don't have to. There's a lot of moving parts, and I just got by and got through the show, but I'd rather not do it. But it was Bears week, so maybe it was fitting that I got my chance finally to host the show. But I am the heel on the show. Am I right, Mike? I'm the guy that everyone likes to boo.
You're the foil. You're the fall guy.
Yes. I'm the Iron Sheik of the Packer show there. Everyone gets to boo me and feel real good about booing me. But it's a fun show, so please come check it out every Monday, 6:30 p.m. Or you can watch it on postcrescent.com, our YouTube channel, USA Today Network Wisconsin as well. And it's a whole lot of fun. I'd be remiss if I didn't also mention, Mike, the things that we do normally, besides the live streams that we do, but we also do the Varsity Roundtable every Wednesday. That's at 7 o'clock on postcrescent.com and the YouTube channel, USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel. We're starting that back up again, not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. Now, listen, I've been trying to get my girls from Notre Dame down to do it. Now, they practice in the evening sometimes, so I have to work with Coach Rohde to get them down. But they said they'll make it down as soon as possible. You know who else, Mike?
I told them we're going to have them on a couple other teams. I said St. Mary Central, the Zephyrs under Coach Chu.
St. Mary Catholic.
St. Mary Catholic, thank you. And they're having a great season. Are they still undefeated, by the way? I know they were 7-0 going into the holiday tournaments. But they're having a great season, and we're expecting to have them on, as well as, and this is a big week for them, the Kaukauna wrestling team, right, Mike? They got the Cheesehead tournament coming up this weekend. So
The big Cheesehead, a 2-day tournament, Friday and Saturday
Yes.
at Kaukauna High School. One of, if not the best high school wrestling tournaments, in the country, really, for sure, in the Midwest. And teams come from throughout the United States to wrestle there. It's always fun to see those teams come from Arizona and then find out what the weather is like when they get to Wisconsin in January. But
And that reminds me, Mike, I got to do a quick preview story on that. A lot of you mentioned all the great teams that come there, and when Kaukauna is one of many great teams, that's going to be a high-end tournament. So that's something that's coming up, and we'd like to have the Kaukauna wrestling team on the Varsity Roundtable very soon. So those are probably our our future guests for the month of January.
Yeah, we know the Notre Dame girls are good friends of the show. They love Varsity Roundtable. They love you, Ricardo and Brett. And I do want to say you're being humble. Big thank you and kudos to you for filling in for Brett last night. You really can't replace Brett and what he does on the live streams, but you filled in well last night.
I like
just like I'm trying to fill in tonight.
Yeah,
but it's a big step down going from Brett to you and then down to me. I'm just here. I'm like Paul Mulkeski. I'm just in the lane taking up space. But,
I'd like to say I'm Kurt Vivacqua in terms of pinch hitting, and I did a fair enough job. We got through the show. The players didn't want to kill me afterwards. The Packer players, when I told them that I was co-hosting the show, I think Josiah raised his eyebrow a little bit. Oh, really? And he goes, well, this is going to be fun. I'm like,
yeah, that's because you're a Bears guy. That's why he raised his eyebrow.
Oh yeah, so it was fun, and but yes, if I don't have to do it anymore anytime soon, I would be very happy because Brett, again, you do a great job, my friend, and I don't envy you doing that show. I'll tell you that right now. But Mike, hey, some other things coming up, right? The High School Sports Awards show that's coming up in June. Is that when we're having it?
Correct. It's in June, mid-June this year. It's a little later date than we're used to having, but all systems go. We just announced all our fall nominees a few weeks ago, so those have all been rolled out. We're putting together our watch lists and of the winter athletes and for all the winter sports who we expect to do well the rest of the season, and then we'll fine-tune and finish up those winter lists here after the state tournaments wrap up, and then it'll be on to making a list for the spring. But that show, again, will be at the Lambeau Field Atrium this year. We're back at the Atrium, so we're looking forward to it.
Are we at the Atrium no matter what?
That's what we've been. That's what we've been told,
Okay.
Ricardo. Nothing is certain in this business and in this climate, but we've been told that show will be live in person at the Lambeau Field Atrium no matter what.
Getting ready for the second half here at Neenah High School, Hortonville and the Rockets in this Fox Valley Association showdown, 29-29. We didn't expect anything different than this, a close game between these two teams, two top 10 ranked teams.
Ricardo, as if she needed it, let's give a little shout out to Allie's Bell. She only had 6 points in the first half, but earlier this year she went over the 2,000 point mark against Wausau West, and currently coming into tonight she was at 2,334, which ranks her 9th all time in Wisconsin high school girls basketball history. I was looking at the numbers. I don't think she's going to be able to catch number 1 Megan Gustafson of South Shore, but she's got a good chance of getting into the top 3.
That bucket from Warner. As we're starting the second half here at Neenah, Zabel pops from 3 and no good. In fact, that hits the top of the backboard, but Wilson with the rebound. Here come the Polar Bears. Wilson, right hand scoop. That's the one, Mike, that I like to call the old scoop-de-loop.
Very nice move.
Hey, Wilson only has 22 of the 33 points for Hortonville.
And none of it's forced, Ricardo.
No,
she hasn't
no.
taken a bad shot yet, so she's just being very efficient after a couple of early misses.
Neenah with the turnover there. Lily. She looks for Pepler. Pepler wanted to go up for the shot. He kicked it to her younger sister. Carden no good on that shot. But look at Michaela Warner fighting for that rebound, but that's picked up by Diedrich. 33-29, 4-0 run to start the second half for Hortonville. Warner, another turnover by Neenah. And Warner loses control. Callie Pepler able to get control, but then fouled by Amaya Jones.
Neenah fouls over 42 on Jones.
16:26 left in the second half.
The Rockets checking in for Neenah's scoring partner.
Little ragged here in the opening 2 minutes of the second half, Ricardo.
Yeah, Rockets with 2 turnovers, Mike. 2 of their first 3 possessions. Wilson getting it down low, right hand up, no good, gets her own rebound, and they're going to say she was fouled, though Zabel just had her hands up, Mike.
Neenah fouls over 11, Rowan Klesmet.
Oh, they're calling it on Rowan Klesmet.
Ray Wilson will shoot 2 for Hortonville.
Again, as Brett mentioned, Rainey loves to play against Neenah. Misses her free throw, but scored 41 points in that sectional game last year.
I don't want to start any controversy, Ricardo, but I've had a couple of FEA coaches tell me that, and I'm not going to say who, but they've told me they think Rainey Wilson is every bit as good, if not better, than Allie Zabel. So that's high praise indeed. And,
very high praise.
Of course, she still has another year of high school to take her game to an even another level.
We have a foul, and that's going to be, I believe, on Paige Lilly. By the way, in the boys' game, Hortonville's leading 40-36 over Neenah.
Again, that game's at Hortonville. A good crowd here tonight for the girls' game. It'd be even bigger if the boys' game was not going on, but the FEA does that sometimes, unfortunately.
Really should just have it back-to-back games. Make that a standard thing.
Yeah, it's just hard to get all the games in the winter season, though. Understand scheduling is a nightmare for these athletic directors, and they do a great job. But yeah, you'd love to these games. You'd love to be standalone games so everybody can see them.
Here's Wilson for 3, no good. Zabel with the rebound. Here's Klesmet. Look at her trying to find some spacing. Not able to get that one to fall as Callie Pepler comes down with the rebound now. She's in transition. Not able to finish. Buss with the rebound. Now she finds herself in between a couple of Hortonville players, but gets it out to Zabel. Here's Allie, right hand. No good, but there's a foul.
Bit of a late whistle there, Ricardo. She drew the contact, put the shot in. That looked a little bit like the NBA there, where they wait to see if the shot goes in. It didn't go in. We'll blow the whistle.
I was going to say Warner had the rebound already, Mike, when that whistle was sounded.
Exactly.
Did I just make up a word? Sounded? I think I just make up a word. So
we'll let it go.
Free throw for Allie Zabel. 34-30 is the lead for the Polar Bears. Zabel converts on her second. That's her 8th point.
Again, she's averaging 30 this year. She's at 8. Combination of good defense from Hortonville tonight, and her outside shot not quite finding the range yet.
Warner over to Wilson, to Lily. Lily will pop way from 3, and look at that. I was going to say that's an NBA 3, but Lily makes it look like, no big deal.
That was deep.
37-31. That's the lead for Hortonville. They started really quickly. 8-2 run to start this half. Buss. She'll pop deep from 3, and she connects. 37-34 is your score. 14:32 left in the second half. Hortonville with the 3-point lead on your Cellcom ETS scoreboard.
Buss is like, I saw Paige Lilly do that little step back deep
I can
3.
Shoot,
I can do it too.
I can shoot this far back, no problem. It's amazing to see the evolution of girls basketball, Mike, because you and I have worked together for a long time back in the late 90s. To see where it is now is remarkable, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I remember talking to Kimberly Athletic Director Ryan McGinnis about that last year. Of course, his daughter is a very good basketball player.
Kate McGinnis, yes.
And, of course, his wife, Lori, was a star at Marquette. So I remember talking to him about that and asking that specific question was, about the growth of the girls' game, especially in this area. And he said, he said, yeah, there was back then, in the 80s, 90s, there was a lot of really good players, but there was like one good player on each team or something like that. He said just the depth of how many good players are on these teams now is what is most noticeable.
It's remarkable, and it's such a high level of basketball being played, especially in the Valley. Callie Pepler wants to go up, and she does with the right hand, and that does not find the bottom of the rim.
Pepler's been a lot more aggressive this half so far with on the offensive side.
Bartman with the rebound, and Neenah now on offense. Dietrich trying to get past Wilson. Look at Zabel. That one goes in.
Probably could have called a foul there, but
yes.
I like that they let him play on, and it didn't take away from Zabel being allowed to make that move.
Zabel now with 10 points. Lily. Top to Pepler. Hortonville taking their time here, working for that shot. Here's Carden Pepler, the freshman. Right hand, no good. Look at Warner, though, getting 2 rebounds, and she'll go to the line. That's 9 rebounds for Warner, Mike.
Yeah, just continuing what she did in the first half, Ricardo. Those hustle plays that she's known for, and she's brought it tonight with the hustle.
No good on that first free throw. Mike, we'll read some promos when we get a timeout in gameplay, if you don't mind.
I'll practice in my head so I don't mess them up.
Warner shooting her second. Her Polar Bears leading by a point with 13:15 left in the second half. No good on the second, and a bit of a surprise there as Emmy Fain with the rebound. I'm sorry, excuse me, say that Ray Schultz with the rebound. Zabel. Here's Boss. Look at her work her way through traffic down low. Pepler and Zabel, good matchup there. Buss, back to Zabel, back over to Buss. The corner, she'll pop from 3. No good. We're looking at getting that rebound, though. That's Klesmet. Zabel for pop and drop it. 38 points for Neenah, and Zabel maybe heating up a little bit. She has 12 points, Mike.
Yeah, there's no defense for that, Ricardo. She drove into the lane and then did a little step back. You can't stop that.
Pepler fouled on the floor. But the Rockets are leading this one now for the first time in the second half. They were down 37-30 at one point. So an 8-0 run for Neenah, ranked number 2 in D1. Here's Wilson. She'll pop from about the free throw line. That does not find the bottom of the net, and that's Buss with the rebound. 12 minutes left in the second half. There's Buss. Whoa, she put it up left hand, no good. And that rebound is by Fain. Here we go back the other way. Rockets, Wilson. A little bit of a size difference there, huh? Is that Dietrich trying to defend her? No, it's
that was Klesman, I think.
Well, that's number 10.
Oh, no, that was Kayla White. Right, yeah.
And one of the rare misses for Rainey Wilson tonight. She has 23 points to lead Hortonville. There's a Bell left hand, no good. She gets her own rebound, though, Mike. Puts it up and good.
There's the old Mikan drill there. Put it up with your left hand, put it up again with your left hand.
Mike, Zabel has the last 6 points for the Rockets. It's a 10-0 run now by Neenah as Pepler tries to end that streak but can't find the net, and that will be a foul.
Rachel Dietrich.
Hortonville's doing a good job of getting into the lane, Ricardo, and getting shots under the basket. They're just not making them.
We have 4 fouls for Neenah. The foul situation for Hortonville with 2. Klesmet with their second foul. Sorry, Taylor Lilly with their second foul. Inside. And there's a tie-up between Pepler and Schultz. Schultz, a 6'1 junior. What are we going to have? The ball goes back over to Hortonville.
Paige Lilly and Michaela Warner back in for Hortonville.
Good job of doubling there in the post, Ricardo, as soon as the ball goes in there.
10:42 and counting left in the second half. 3-point lead for Neenah on your Cellcom ETS scoreboard. Pepler trying to look inside to Warner. Nothing there. Wilson, she found the rail. Up and good. Here you go, Mike.
All right, Ricardo, tonight's game again brought to you by Cellcom. Keep your fitness goals without breaking your financial goals. Get a new phone and smartwatch for less than $10 a month at Cellcom. Visit cellcom.com/deals for details. And ETS Performance. ETS Performance is the leading provider of sports performance training for athletes across the Midwest and Northeast Wisconsin. ETS provides a customized approach to strength, speed, and injury prevention training for all athletes of all sports ages 8 and up. Train like the pros and take your performance to the next level. Visit etsperformance.com to schedule your free athlete evaluation today at the ETS location near you. And Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or Cooney's 0922@sbcglobal.net.
You the man.
I can read.
Time for you to take a little nap now, Mike. That's 3 promos there. Woo. In 30 seconds.
It's exhausting.
Look at Zabel, double teamed. Schultz. Over to that's Diedrich in the corner. Back over to Zabel. Guarded by Pepler. Nearing the 10-minute mark now in the second half.
Yeah, Callie Pepler's not even really worrying about help defense right now, Ricardo. When Zabel gives the ball up, Pepler is just staying glued to Zabel.
Yes. Oh, try to go inside. And is there going to be a foul on Hortonville?
I think they're calling that on Pepler.
Yeah, I think Callie's like, me?
I think it looked like she put her hand on Allie Zabel's back there to jump up, but she didn't have to. I think the pass was high enough where it was going to be over Zabel's head either way. She got caught, as they say, with her hand in the cookie jar there.
Zabel. She wants the 3-point attempt. Rims out, no good. Wilson with the rebound. Wilson with 6 rebounds. Look at Pepler. Did she step out of bounds? I believe she did.
Amaya Jones back in for the Rockets. Carmen Pepler returns for the Polar Bears. Ellie Bucks also in for Neenah.
Rockets up by 1 over their arch rivals, Hortonville. Maya Jones back in the game. Sets a screen there. Here's Klesmet. Good Klesmet up, no good. I think Wilson knocked that one away. And it will be a turnover on Hortonville, or on Neenah, I'm sorry.
Fisher in for Neenah.
Ricardo, it's so fun to watch Ellie Buss and Kayla White and Rowan Klesmet. They're giving up so much height, but they are not afraid to challenge, the Hortonville defenders. They're not afraid to go inside, take it to the basket. Doesn't always work out. She got blocked that time, but they do not play with any fear at all.
Good observation there, as these players are scrappy, Mike. They're not afraid to mix it up with those post players or players that are taller than they are, as Warner trying to find her positioning against Jones. Back out to Wilson, as Andy Brunell is loving the way his defense is playing right now. making life difficult for the Polar Bears. Here's Wilson. Shot's no good. I think Pepler, did Carden get it? She did. Back out to Lily. Here's Wilson. She'll pop. And misses on that one. Look at Warner, though. That's a good rebound by Warner, Mike, because she was able to get it back up and now going to go to the line for 2.
Hortonville's doing a real good job on the offensive glass this last 2-minute stretch or so.
By the way, Warner now has 10 rebounds to go with her 4 points, make that 5 points. She ties the game.
She'll play in college at St. Thomas, right? Yeah.
We're talking about all the great athletes on this floor in multiple sports. It's, I'm obviously a big proponent of that, Mike, especially when you see how successful they are in those other sports. It's not like they're just going out there to keep in shape or anything. They're actually big contributors.
A lot of softball stars on this basketball court tonight. Some of these girls could be track stars if they, if they wanted to
no doubt about
apply
it.
themselves there as well.
And that's a travel called on Neenah. That's their 5th turnover of the half. 8 minutes left in the second half. 41-40 lead for Hortonville. Foul situation real quick. Neenah has 5. Hortonville has 3. Pepler going against number 22 from Neenah. That's Fisher. And we have a timeout here. Timeout by both here. 7:42 left in the second half. AC doing a great job taking over for Celeste Haywish.
Yeah, AC's in his second year at Hortonville, but he's, of course, a very familiar face to Fox Valley High School sports fans. He was the head coach at Xavier, Ricardo, before jumping up to the college level for a little while. Served as a basketball assistant at St. Thomas and Concordia University in Mequon. Graduate of Xavier. Led the Hawks to a 61-19 record and back-to-back state tournament appearances in 2015 and 16, I think it was. And the Hawks reached the Division III state championship game in 15 where they lost to Whitewater 49-43. So
great teams. That was, I'm trying to think of Aaron Powers and Peyton Uffy.
Yeah.
Great teams, and
so yeah, he's only in his second year at Hortonville, but he's been around and
well respected too, tactician as well. So good to see him back in the Valley.
And he doesn't pull any punches. He tells the girls exactly like it is and holds them to very high expectations. And some of the girls told me before the year that. I asked them, is it easier in the second year with him as the head coach? And she said, no, they said, no, it's actually a lot harder because now he has higher expectations for us in the second year. So
here's Warner, left hand up and good. She worked hard for that one, Mike. Over Amaya Jones. Amaya Jones had good defense on that. Here's the bell. Rockets in a little bit of a funk the last few minutes. Here's Amaya Jones. She'll be fouled by Warner.
Fouls on Hortonville number 13, Michaela Warner, her first. Team foul number 4. Amaya Jones is at the line, shooting 2.
Misses her first. Looking for her first points of the game is Amaya Jones. 7:17 left in the second half. 43-40 lead for Hortonville.
Just good to see her back on the court. You don't like kids' high school careers being ended by injury, so good that she was able to make it back this year and be a contributing member for the Rockets.
Here's Wilson. Look at her getting the attention of the Neenah defense. Looks like Neenah's in a zone defense now, Mike. Lily looking for Wilson, cutting it inside.
I don't think that's a...
No, they went back. It almost like a hybrid defense there as Wilson. No good on that. I think it was blocked or taken away. Look at Klasman working her way down court. Kicking it out to Bus for 3. Look at that.
Bus now in double figures with 11, Ricardo. And she gives the Rockets a 1-point lead.
6:30 left in the second half. 1-point lead, as Mike said, for the Rockets. Pepler, and they're going to say she walked. Second turnover for Hortonville.
Pepler got into the lane there, Ricardo, and I think she was surprised to see it so open, and she kind of did a jump stop, and where I think she could have taken it all the way to the rim if she hadn't stopped there.
Zabel. Maya Jones trying to set that pick for her. Diedrich for three. Boy, that went in and out. There's Warner again with the rebound. Kicking it out. Oh, just a bit too far. She was looking for her teammate, Julian Martin. Just a bit too far out. Turnover for Hortonville. That's their second on back-to-back possessions. Under 6 minutes left here in the second half. 44-43 lead for Neenah on your Cellcom ETS scoreboard.
Approaching 5 minutes, Ricardo, but neither team in real foul trouble yet. No individual players in any kind of foul trouble. So
5 fouls for Neenah, 4 for Hortonville. Isabel blocked by Callie Pepler.
That's D1 on D1 defense there.
And that's going to be a foul on the floor. But boy, oh boy, Mike, that's you're right, D1 on D1. Pepler and Zabel. Both those girls on my Fab 5 team, Mike. If you haven't checked that out, please do. It's on postcrescent.com. We'll go into the sports tab under varsity. Scroll down a little bit, and you should run right into the girls' team. The boys' team will also be there as well. No good on that drive to the basket. Warner trying to get that rebound, not able to. Now Neenah. Zabel. That is a 2-point attempt by number 10, Kayla White.
Yep, she had 1 foot on the line there, Ricardo.
Wilson. For three. Not finding the bottom of the net. And here's Zabel now. Rockets up 3 with 4:50 left in the second half. Klesmet for 3, short. Oh boy, there was some physical play down low between Amaya Jones and number 34, Emma Fain of Hortonville. Some bodies hit the floor.
Yeah, they were definitely fighting for position, Ricardo. I think pretty innocent in the end. They just kind of got their legs tangled up. Good no call there, I think.
Hortonville will have possession here with 4:40 left in the second half.
If Hortonville does not pull this game out, Ricardo, when they watch the game film, I think they're gonna regret all the missed shots they've missed inside the lane. They've had a lot of good looks this half, and just can't put the ball in the hoop. Certainly credit some of that to Neenah's defense, but
here's Callie Pepler now trying to reset that Hortonville offense. Warner is going to take Amaya Jones to the hoop. Kicks it back out to Pepler. Nearing the 4-minute mark now in the second half. Paige Lilly. Boy, they're giving Rainey Wilson a lot of attention down low there too, Mike. That's knocked away by Zabel. Warner recovers.
close to a travel there.
Yeah, you heard some of the Neenah folks saying that was a travel by Pepler. Well, look at this defense, Mike, doing its job for the Rockets.
You know, Wilson has that height advantage on Kayla White. But
she does.
They're not going to her down on the block.
Oh, and there's a battle for a loose ball. It's going to be, oh, there's a foul. And are they calling that on Wilson or are they calling that on White? I'm sorry, on Klesmet.
I think they called that on Wilson.
Oh, okay. That's Wilson's third foul. Team's fifth. Neenah, by the way, has 6 fouls.
Not sure about that one, Ricardo. Looked like two players just diving for the ball and, kind of simultaneously going to the ground after the ball, but the ref there on the far side of the court saw it differently.
Got to clean up a little bit with the towel. Look at Andy Brunell out there making sure that there's no wet spots on the floor.
You'd think this brand new field house, they'd have a self-drying floor, wouldn't
right.
they? What's with these towels? We don't need towels.
What was this new school, 170 million or something like that? It was one of my top 10 stories, Mike.
Certainly a welcome addition to the Fox Valley.
No good on that three-point attempt by Buss, and look at Warner. She had a crowd of rockets around her.
Neenah fouls number 12, Rachel Dietrich, her fourth. 7th team foul on the Rockets. Neenah's over the limit.
That's the 7th foul on Neenah, though, Ricardo. So now Hortonville will be going to the line every foul the rest of the game.
Definitely something to watch here with 3:20 left in the second half. I have 12 rebounds for Warner as she connects on her first free throw.
Klesmet and Dietrich both have 3 fouls, Ricardo, something to watch, as does Amaya Jones. Paige Lilly and Wilson both have 3 fouls for Hortonville.
She connects on both of those, so 1-point game with Neenah in the lead on your Cellcom ETS scoreboard. Zabel and Pepler. Zabel with 14 points for Neenah.
If you're just joining us, this game has pretty much been everything we expected it would be.
White with the shot and good. That gets that lead back up to 3 points. By the way, White has 6 points on the night.
Rainey Wilson leading Hortonville with 25. Allie Zabel leading Neenah with 14. Ellie Buss with 11. And as Ricardo said, Rowan Klesmet with 9 for the Rockets.
You just watched Andy Brunell there giving some instruction to his team. There's AC Clothier. Good battle between these two coaching staffs as well. We're talking about some top coaching staffs in the state.
Don't want to look too far down the road, Ricardo, but it's a shame that both of these teams can't be at the Resch Center.
Because they both play in the same sectional, unfortunately.
Exactly, and they've met in the sectional several times in recent years, as you said earlier. Great matchups in those playoff games. Would love to see both these teams at the Resch Center, both more than deserving to be there.
Here's Warner over to Lilly. To Wilson. What's that height advantage on is that Buss? No, that's White guarding her. No good on that three-point attempt. Look at Pepler trying to save it, but it goes out of bounds. Neenah will get that.
Wilson is such a good offensive player, Ricardo. I'd love to see her take the ball to the basket a little more. She had some good success with that in the first half. Has kind of been settling a little more for jump shots in the second half. Hortonville sitting in a zone now, Ricardo. Looks like a little 1-3-1.
2 minutes now left in the second half. 3-point lead for the Rockets. They're just trying to bleed some of this time as White, look out, over to Buss for 3. No good. Amaya Jones fighting for that rebound, and she gets it. And smart timeout from Brownell, because I think White was in a precarious position there, Mike, on the corner of the floor.
Yeah, she was going to be double teamed in the corner there, and might have been hard to get that pass off. So good job by Brunell to stop the clock. Full timeout for Neenah.
Again, we thank everyone who's tuning in tonight. Another USA Today Network Wisconsin digital live stream. I'm Ricardo Arguello, hanging out with Mike Sherry. We're both of the Post Crest. And don't forget about Jim Rosandick bringing you those high-definition shots. And for those of you who watch us regularly, you're probably saying, well, where's Brett Christopherson? Well, he's at home. He's a little under the weather. But he'll be back. I think we have a game this Saturday, Mike. I think we're doing FBL Xavier. Boys, I believe, an afternoon tilt at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, we get all kinds of, when you're gone and I fill in for you, or like tonight, Brett's gone and I fill in for Brett, get all kinds of hate mail and emails and social media. It's
we're sick of you.
Get that Mike guy off there. We want Brett. We want Ricardo. Stop messing with our routine. I understand that.
I don't believe that for a second, but I'll tell you this much. I know when I watch other live streams, sometimes they do complain about that live stream in our favor, and we appreciate them doing that, by the way. Our fans are, folks who follow us are very loyal to us, Mike. Couple bodies hit the deck. And look at that. Lily up and good off the steal.
And Wilson with the steal on the inbounds and puts it in. Hortonville back on top by 1.
Look at that 4-0 mini run here by Hortonville thanks to the defense. Look at Zabel trying to break loose from Pepler. Now the Rockets are down by 1. That defensive sequence by Hortonville. Maya Jones back out to White. Zabel. Here's Zabel from 3. Buries it. We were kind of waiting for that, Mike, that Zabel moment, and that's a big 3. Might be the biggest of the game so far.
Nothing Kelly Pepler can do, Ricardo. She played great defense that entire sequence, and Zabel just hit a shot.
51-49, the lead now for Neenah. Here's Wilson all by herself, Mike. How'd that happen?
Great crossover dribble. Ricardo got her free. Nobody from Neenah decided to get in her way and block her path to the basket.
Now, what do you do here, Micah? You think they're going to be going for that one last shot? I see Brownell there giving instruction to Zabel. He's going against Pepler. That's been a battle all night.
Probably take the clock down to about 10 seconds or so and then call a timeout? Or do you just let Zabel go with it? There's the answer.
Okay, there you go. I was going to say 10.4 seconds left. 51-51 tie between these two FBA rivals, Mike. I wasn't expecting anything different as this game was getting down to the final seconds.
Overtime tonight? Why not?
Why not?
This has been fun. You never know what coaches, Ricardo's, they have different philosophies at this end of game situation. Some just want to play it, and other coaches want to call a timeout and set something up coming out of the timeout. So,
well, Brunell, as we see him here instructing his girls, decided, hey, let's set something up, try to bleed that time, but also try to convert and get out of here with the win.
You put the ball in Allie Zabel's hands and say, take the shot. You're one of the best scorers in state history. Or does she kind of penetrate into the lane and then maybe dish the ball off to an open jump shooter in the corner or on the wing?
Gotta give some love to Rainey Wilson, though, right? Her and Paige Lilly, they were able to get that 2-turnover sequence or 2-takeaway sequence that led to the layup from Lilly, a bucket from Wilson off the inbound, stealing the inbound, and then Wilson again tying the game up.
Yeah, that last basket gives her 29 points. She's got 29 of the 51 for Hortonville.
Warner with 10 points. Oh, she has, I believe, 13 rebounds as well. So here we go, Mike. 10.4 seconds left in this one. What does Coach Brownell have dialed up for his Rockets? Oh, and there's, Mike, some clutter there. Here's Diedrich, loses the ball, picked up by Pepler. Pepler. Oh, she traveled on that one, Mike, but blocked by Zabel, and we're going to overtime. Well, I guess we need a few extra minutes, Mike.
What a sequence. Neenah turns it over. Hortonville goes down. Pepler, I thought she was going to look like she might have a open layup to the basket, but Zabel got back, got in her way. As you said, I think she might have got away with a travel.
Yeah.
Then she tried to get the ball up, and Zabel just got a hand in the face and blocked the shot. So we're going to play 5 more minutes.
Well, I'm sure Brownell, he was talking about, designing up that play. Didn't go quite as he wanted it to. Sometimes that's what you have, though, Mike. When you're waiting for those last seconds, just kind of let the play unfurl, right? I mean, Allie has been in this in times before, but he tried to set up a play, and that maybe stopped momentum a little bit.
Well, and Hortonville did a really good job of denying Allie
Yes.
Isabel the ball on the inbound. So Neenah had to go to maybe what was option B in that situation, which, again, is a good option, but it just didn't work out for him there. But credit Neenah with getting back, especially Allie Isabel getting back on defense and stopping Hortonville from having what could have been a wide open breakaway. I correct myself, I think it's at 5-minute overtime, 4 minutes, of course, at the high school level. So 4 minutes on the clock here, and let's keep doing this.
Free basketball. 51-51 is your score. 4 minutes in this overtime. Now, the foul situation, Mike, the Rockets have 7. Hortonville has 5. Something maybe to keep an eye on as well as Wilson, as Hortonville controls the tip in the OT.
Kayla Werner kind of stole the jump there a little bit, got up quicker.
Callie Pepler, no good on that. Look at Warner again. That's her 14th rebound. And we have a foul on the floor. Is that on Diedrich? For Neenah.
Ricardo, we've talked about how scrappy Neenah is with some of its smaller players, but Hortonville's height advantage has definitely come to the forefront here.
I agree.
Late in the second half and now in overtime. They're not converting those offensive rebounds into points, so that's their problem, but they are getting second and third chances.
Wilson with 29 points on the night. Her first shot is up and good. Free throw attempt. Her second coming up. Here's Zabel. Guarded by Pepler. Here's Zabel. Shot good. We're back to being all tied up.
Said it before, but that's unstoppable, Ricardo.
Yes.
She gets into the lane and then does that jump back. You can't. As long as she's making that shot, there's no defense for it.
Step back is lethal for Zabel. She has 19. Wilson, 31 to lead Hortonville. Wilson will pop from way deep. Fearless. But that's her game. 34 points for Rainey Wilson. Here's Klesmit. And Boston Lily's going to get called for that foul. Doing a little too physical.
Sometimes you get caught in between there going for the steal and just trying to play tight defense. And sometimes all you can do is kind of bump into the player.
By the way, Lily, that's her 4th foul. 6 now for Hortonville. 8 for Neenah. Here's Klesmit. Oh, that's stolen by Lily. Here's Wilson. Big turnover by the Rockets there. And Wilson, no good, but she'll be fouled.
I think they caught Zabel on the reach in there, Ricardo.
That'll be Allie Zabel's 3rd foul, Mike.
Good job by Wilson taking it to the hoop there. That would have been an easy 2 points if Zabel didn't try to contest it.
Wilson misses her first. Rare miss for Rainey. 34 points tonight. But this is an important free throw right here. Makes it a 2-possession game, and she converts. So the Rockets down 4. Boss.
2:20 to go in the first overtime, Ricardo.
Zabel from way out. Rims out. Look at Amaya Jones with that rebound. Way out to Boss. She'll pop from 3. No good. Amaya Jones not able to get that one. And though they're saying that Pepler was out of bounds, possession will stay with the Rockets, Mike. Very fortuitous sequence there for Neenah. Can they convert on this inbound? They got to go. Time is of the essence here. Here's White. Zabel. Her 19 points leads the Rockets tonight. Good inside pass to Amaya Jones. It's good, and she'll go to the line. Was that Zabel who got her that assist, Mike?
Yes, it was. I think everybody in the gym, including me, thought she was going to go up for the layup there. She did a little bounce pass to Amaya Jones, who put it in for the basket and drew the contact.
This is a critical free throw for Amaya Jones. Makes it a 1-point game. No good on the free throw. Rebound by Pepler. So 2-point lead now for Hortonville. Oh, they're going to call it. Yep, she carried. Am I right? Is that what they're calling?
Foul.
Okay.
Jones stepped out and got a little body contact there on Michaela Werner.
Well, we're talking about the importance of free throws for Warner. These are two big ones as well.
That's the 10th foul for Neenah, Ricardo, so that's double bonus for Hortonville the rest of the game.
First free throw up and good. 3-point game now for Hortonville. Her second is good as well. 4-point lead. Rockets need to score here. They got it in Zabel's hands. Her shot up and no good. Just can't find the bottom of the net. Warner with another rebound, Mike. Her 14th rebound. Here's Lily, and she's going to be fouled. That's Maya Jones' 5th foul, and she'll be out of the game.
Corey Bartman will take her place, Ricardo. Hortonville looked like they were going to have some trouble getting that ball up court. Got bailed out a little bit there by the hand contact by Amaya Jones. Hortonville in a good position now if it can make its free throws.
Lily. Good on that first one. 1:22 left in the the first overtime. No good on the second. Zabel with the rebound. So now down 5 points. He just got to work fast. Here's Zabel. Left hand, no good. Pepler. Pepler with the block.
Clean block, but they ruled that she had her foot on the line
okay.
when she went for the recovery there.
Second big block for Pepler, I believe. What a matchup that is.
Close to a travel there by Buss.
Oh, Buss loses the control of the ball. And they're calling a double dribble. Oh, boy.
Just a little chaotic, hectic sequence there for the Neenah offense. Started with the block and then just a little bit of out of control after that. Good defense by Hortonville, though.
58.1 seconds left in the overtime. 60-55 lead for the Polar Bears. Looking good for them because they have possession. Mike, I might have to steal one of your cough drops there if you don't mind. That one there, because I can feel the tickle coming down. Thank you, my friend.
I felt it a couple minutes ago. I put one in as well, trying to.
Mike's always there for me, always bailing me out.
Trying to have a cough drop in your mouth and drink water while not making too much noise into the microphone. Not that easy. $50 seconds to go, Ricardo. You can make it through to the end.
Unless there's a second overtime.
Oh, then we're going to have to bring in some guest commentators for the second overtime. Just kidding. Neenah, as expected, full court pressure here.
Here's Wilson.
If you're Neenah, you probably play
Yeah.
you probably play hard defense for about 15 seconds to try to get a steal, and if you can't, then you got to start fouling.
Oh, got to be careful here.
Timeout Hortonville. Full timeout.
Good call. Good timeout by Clothier. Interesting to see the coaches battle each other here, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know if he didn't like the way the offense became kind of stagnant there. The refs were counting off the 5 seconds on Wilson. He didn't want to get a 5-second turnover there. But good job of calling the timeout and just kind of reset things here. I think they did manage to run off 18 seconds though, so now we're down to 40 seconds. Again, I think if you're Neenah, you go for a steal on the inbounds pass, and if you don't get a steal, then you got to start fouling.
Well, let's take a look at the foul situation here. So Neenah is in double bonus. I should say Hortonville's in double bonus, right? And
Correct.
Hortonville has 7 fouls, so they're in the bonus situation are the Rockets in that respect. So 5-point lead for Hortonville. They have possession. Here's Wilson. She has 35 points tonight. Eventually going to have to start fouling, right, Mike? And there's Pepler, Carden Pepler. Look at her. And that's going to be a foul on Klesmet. It'll be her third. So Carden Pepler will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, they had to do it. You went for the steal, you went for the defensive play, couldn't get it. You got to start fouling. 27.4 seconds to go. This game is Hortonville's if it makes its free throws.
Freshman coming up big for Hortonville.
She makes this one. It's a 3-possession game, Ricardo.
No good on that one. 1 of 2. Bus with a 3-point attempt. No good. Thought Zabel would get that rebound, but it's Carden Pepler again. And now this is looking very good for Hortonville as they get the timeout. Pretty impressed with Hortonville, aren't you, Mike?
Absolutely. They can beat you so many ways. They can score so many ways. I don't think tonight was necessarily a great offensive night for them. Again, part of that is because of the defense Neenah plays. But they weren't super efficient on, on making their shots, their open shots, but made enough of them. They were relentless. Werner and Pepler, both Peplers, just relentless on the offensive glass and on the defensive end. So that creates more offense and more opportunities. So if you're not making your shots, the more opportunities you can get, the better.
Well, this is what we expected. Needed overtime to decide the winner of this one. The two teams will meet again, though, Mike. Am I right? Towards the end of the season?
Correct. You look ahead at the schedule, Ricardo. February 9th at Hortonville, second to last FEA game of the season. These two teams will play again.
And I'm going to guess that we're going to be there again. I don't know what Brett has set up for the rest of the season, but I know that's got to be the big one. Here's Carden Pepler again. And Rowan Klesmet will get called for the foul. 11.9 seconds left.
Hortonville's already played a heck of a schedule, Ricardo. That February 9th game, they'll play host Neenah, and then 4 days later, Hortonville will play at Notre Dame.
Ooh. Wow. We all know how good Notre Dame is.
But there's a lot of basketball to be played between now and then. So
I think Notre Dame went down south somewhere and was just whipping teams by 80 points or something.
Went to Nashville.
Yes.
Did a little country line dancing in between games I saw on social media. And like you said, they won a few games down there by like 60, 70-point victories. So one of the problems when you travel out of state, though, you don't really know, you don't really scout the opponents, so you don't know what kind of caliber of talent you're going to play against or opponents you're going to play against. But they obviously could have matched up against anybody.
Yeah, that's how good the Tritons are. That'll be a great matchup, though. You talked about it, both them and Hortonville as Zabel. Good on her first free throw.
As we said earlier, up next for Neenah is at Appleton West on Friday. Hortonville will be home against Oshkosh North.
Lavelle with a couple free throws, 21 points for her tonight as we have a foul, and Callie Pepler will go to the line. Callie Pepler has 2 points tonight, but I think her defense was excellent tonight. Really made life difficult for Allie Zabel. Now, Allie had 21 points, but those are about the most hard-earned points you'd see her in any game this year. Pepler misses her first.
Yeah, all the girls played hard tonight, Ricardo, but the two Pepler girls and Michaela Warner just great hustle tonight for Hortonville, and I think that that as much as Rainey Wilson's 35 points is what gave them this victory tonight.
Here's the bell. She's going to pop from three way deep. That converts. That makes it 62-60.
Not so fast. We got 0.5 seconds left, Ricardo. If they could get a steal on the inbounds and chuck it up towards the basket, you never know what could happen.
62-60 is your score.
Clock is reset to 0.9 seconds.
I was going to say, I felt there was just a tad more time. And by tad, I really mean tad. From 0.5 to 0.9.
Well, that gives them enough time to catch and shoot, though. So steal the inbounds and throw it in. Stranger things have happened. And Hortonville does not have a timeout left, Ricardo. So, if they struggle to get the ball inbounds, which, could happen, they're going to have to throw the ball up to one of their tall players and try to get it in that way if they can't free somebody up.
All right, so this one's not over yet.
Wilson can run the baseline, though, because it's after a made basket, so she can take advantage of that.
Look out! Warner secures the inbound, and that's your final. Hortonville 62, Neenah 60 on your Cellcom ETS scoreboard. Congratulations to the Polar Bears. Mike, this was about as good as we thought it'd be between these two rivals.
Absolutely, Ricardo. Excellent defense by both teams. The star players, Rainey Wilson and Allie Zabel, showed up tonight. You don't want to call them complimentary players, but the other talented players showed up for both teams as well. Close game as we expected and as we hoped for. The victory, Ricardo, moves Hortonville to 6-1 now in the FVA and 8-3 overall. With the loss, Neenah falls to 6-1 also in the FVA and 10-2 overall. Second loss for the Rockets. 8th win for the Polar Bears.
Yeah, and again, Mike, I think you mentioned this earlier in the live stream. Both these teams, unfortunately, can't make it to the rush, as both of them, I'm going to guess, might meet again in the postseason after the second regular season matchup, I should say. But yeah, that's unfortunate, Mike. And I think it's Kimberly Kaukauna that are in the other sectional, right? They have a shot at maybe making it to the rush out of the FVA. But you have to pay some bills yet. One more time.
Let's remind you that this live stream game tonight was brought to you by Cellcom. Keep your fitness goals without breaking your financial goals. Get a new phone and smartwatch for less than $10 a month at Cellcom. Visit cellcom.com/deals for details. Also, ETS Performance. ETS Performance is the leading provider of sports performance training for athletes across the Midwest and Northeast Wisconsin. ETS provides a customized approach to strength, speed, and injury prevention training for athletes of all sports, ages 8 and up. Train like the pros and take your performance to the next level. Visit etsperformance.com and schedule your free athlete evaluation today at the ETS location nearest you. And Cooties Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them today at 920-731-0922 or email coonies0922@sbcglobal.net.
Outstanding. Well, great game. 62-60 again, Hortonville with the 2-point win. For yours truly, Ricardo Arguello, for Mike Sherry and Jim Rosandick, And for Brett Christopherson at home, thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's game. Hopefully see you again on Saturday. I think it's a 3 o'clock game, Foxbury Lutheran Xavier boys. Until then, everyone, have a great night, and we'll see you back here again on Saturday for another USA Today Network Wisconsin digital live stream.